the Royal BC Museum's mandate is to collect and preserve important pieces of provincial history. Luckily, the museum has several sleuths on staff to make sure every item belongs. Archivists painstakingly piece together any missing stories, like that of a silver canoe with ties to the formation of modern British Columbia.
Something that I've come across lately that's a little unusual. It's a canoe, so I'm trying to establish its context. There's this plaque on it that says it was presented by the governor and committee of the Hudson's Bay Company in 1966 to commemorate the centenary of the Union of Vancouver Island with British Columbia. We have government records related to the centennial celebrations, and I started looking through those for anything that might be related to a canoe or the Hudson's Bay Company. We know Lawrence Wallace was a big personality in planning the centennial. I've heard him referred to as Mr. Centennial. I thought this was super cute. Lawrence Wallace with Century Sam and Centennial Sue. My thinking was that this canoe had come in with his material, but I didn't know for sure. I made a breakthrough when I reached out to the Hudson's Bay Company archives, actually. And I came across a whole giant file related to the visit by Lord Amory, who was the governor of the Hudson's Bay Company at the time. We have multiple copies of the itinerary for his visit. This is almost one better, because instead of it just being Lord Amory gave this canoe at this dinner, it says here about the canoe. This is a silver gilt canoe that was made in 1830 by Benjamin Smith. This wooden base with the placard was added at a later date for the visit by the governor of the Hudson's Bay Company to British Columbia for the 1866 centennial celebration, specifically the inaugural dinner. He presented it to the government with the Premier W.A.C. Bennett present at the time. I think that it does actually have relevance to the archives, and that this is an appropriate home for it.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, bringing British Columbia's stories together.